Pastel ball pythons, it seems that everyone has been forgetting about the pastel mutation, but pastel still has great potential in certain combinations. The pastel ball python has really been one of the most fundamental gene animals to produce amazing snakes. This is a pastel red striped desert ghost, and just look how incredible this female is. As you guys can see, this pastel is actually giving her a lot of coloration and giving her this greenish tint. Pastel has also been one of the genes that has produced the iconic animals like the bumblebee, lemon blast, and of course the super pastel. So why did people actually start avoiding pastel and not actually incorporating pastel in the projects? It is because pastel can really be very dominating. So one of the genes which pastel, in my opinion, doesn't work well is clown. So we're going to show you guys an example here. Here we've got a red striped clown, and this male is actually head for desert ghost, but I just want to show you guys this red striped clown. And if we actually add pastel to the red striped clown, you guys will see that we actually get an animal which doesn't have the rusty browns and actually got the pastel look to it. And another big thing about the pastel in the clowns, unfortunately, the head stamp is completely removed. So when working with pastel, I don't recommend it actually producing with it in clown. If you can, try and avoid it. But with saying that, pastel actually works well with most recessives and most other co-dominant genes. So let's go take a look at some of the genes that pastel works very well with. So one of the main reasons, in our opinion, why people have been avoiding pastels is just like I said, it's sometimes very overpowering, and especially when it comes to super pastels, the pattern gets completely washed out and some pattern is lost. And we've seen that in most of the combos, especially with super pastels. So pastel works well in clown. It does have its place, but unfortunately most of the patterning has been lost, and also the head patterning is completely taken away in most of the pastel clown combinations. Going forward, I think with pastel, I do think there's a lot of room, especially also with coloration and of course patterning. And sometimes, like I said in the past, pastel has been tend to wash out the patterning of the animals. But I think when worked in the right projects, it can definitely be a complementing animal. Let's take a look at some combos which work well with pastel. Let's start it off with hypo. So hypo really works well with pastel, and the pastel hypos has got an increased coloration and sometimes even more of a burnt orange coloration. So here we've got a mandarin hypo head clown and then a pastel mandarin hypo head clown female. And the first female we're going to show you here is the mandarin hypo head clown. Such a stunning animal. And as you guys can see, is some nice coloration and good contrast between the orange and I'd say this dark purple coloration coming through. But the nice thing is, if we add pastel to this combo, the orange just intensifies and the overall coloration of the animal is just much more brighter and a lot more orange. So with this combination, I can definitely say, in my opinion, that I actually do prefer the pastel mandarin hypo head clown to the mandarin hypo head clown, just because the pastel brings out a lot of orange, and I think as an adult this animal is going to be much more orange than the plain mandarin hypo head clown. Another gene that I believe pastel is actually a must-have is in the zebra project. We recently actually hatched out our first clutch of visual zebras, and this is the plain zebra female that we got from that clutch. Such a stunning animal. I love the bands and the clean look that the zebra's got. A real awesome animal, and you guys can see is the bit of a washed out head stamp as well. And if we look at the belly, almost a clear white belly with some pixelation on the belly actually. But if we add pastel to this combo, it just really amplifies the coloration and increases the overall coloration of the animal itself. Unfortunately, the female is going in shed, and such a stunning animal. And as you guys can see, is the lines of the zebra actually looks more defined with the pastel. So pastel actually plays a role in the coloration and of course in the patterning of the animal, which we haven't seen actually too much in the past. So two stunning animals, and as you guys can see, is pastel works very well in the zebra project. And let's go look at another project which pastel works well in. So here's one of the hatchlings we shown in one of our previous videos. He's a Cyprus yellow-bellied desert ghost, and just an awesome animal. I really love this this hatchling. He's just got awesome coloration and probably one of the best Cyprus desert ghost combos we have produced. Not many genes, it's just Cyprus yellow-belly and desert ghost, but for 2 codominant mutations and a simple recessive, a real stunning animal. But what I want to show you guys is a comparison that what Pastel makes to this combination, and you guys will see is how Pastel cleans out this animal. So this is a Cyprus Pastel desert ghost, and this is a Cyprus yellow-belly Pastel, sorry, Cyprus yellow-belly desert ghost. So 2 awesome animals, and you guys can see is that Pastel actually cleans out the combination completely, where the yellow-belly brought in a bit more of this teardrops or patterning inside of the dorsal patterning, where Pastel just completely reduces it and gives it this clean look. The last project we're going to take a look at is the puzzle project and how Pastel works in the puzzle project. And this is another project which I believe Pastel actually complements the project. This is a firefly puzzle, and as you guys can see is look at the awesome coloration that she's got. There's no browning out. Of course the fire does also play a role in the color rotation, but I still love what Pastel does to this combo. So going forward, our opinion is Pastel still does have its place in the ball python market, but what I'd say is be very precise with your pairings. Try and avoid pastel to pastel pairings, and trying to avoid making super pastels, and be very precise in what you pair in the future.